Welcome to our channel, dear viewers. Today, we're delving into a complex and often misunderstood topic, narcissism. It's important to note that the information we'll be discussing today is intended to provide insight and understanding, not to diagnose. If you have concerns, always consult a mental health professional. Let's begin with the need for control. Individuals with narcissistic traits often seek to control situations and people around them. For instance, imagine a colleague who consistently insists on dictating project details, leaving little room for collaboration. Their drive for control might stem from underlying insecurities. A partner who constantly rearranges furniture without consulting others might exhibit this trait. It's important to recognize that a certain level of control is normal, but when it becomes overpowering, it can strain relationships. Moving on to the need for attention. Many people exhibit a desire for recognition, but in narcissism, this need can be insatiable. Consider someone who frequently interrupts conversations to steer the spotlight back onto themselves. A friend who always shares personal achievements, subtly fishing for compliments, is showcasing this trait. Remember, seeking attention isn't inherently negative, but an excessive need for it can hinder genuine connections. Entitlement is another aspect to explore. People with narcissistic tendencies might believe they deserve special treatment, often dismissing others' feelings. Think of someone who consistently expects preferential treatment without considering the impact on others. A family member who believes they should always be catered to, regardless of the situation, is displaying entitlement. Recognize that we all deserve respect, but when it morphs into an expectation, it can strain relationships. The trait of superiority often accompanies narcissism. Individuals may believe they are better than others and exhibit condescension. Picture someone who constantly belittles others' opinions, asserting their own as superior. A coworker who dismisses others' ideas during meetings, implying that only their thoughts matter, is demonstrating this trait. Remember, valuing your opinions is natural, but undermining others isn't conducive to healthy interactions. Lack of boundaries is another crucial trait to understand. Those with narcissistic tendencies might invade personal space or ignore social cues. Imagine a neighbor who consistently shows up unannounced, crossing the line. A friend who shares deeply personal information without considering your comfort level is showcasing this trait. Healthy relationships require mutual respect for boundaries. Moving on to lack of empathy. Individuals with narcissism often struggle to understand or acknowledge others' emotions. Visualize a partner who brushes off your feelings and redirects the conversation to themselves. A classmate who dismisses your struggles because they believe their experiences are more significant is displaying this trait. While empathy varies from person to person, genuine connections necessitate acknowledging each other's emotions. Never taking responsibility is a trait that can strain relationships. Those with narcissistic tendencies may avoid admitting fault and shift blame onto others. Consider a colleague who consistently deflects mistakes onto their team. A family member who refuses to acknowledge their role in disagreements and constantly points fingers elsewhere is demonstrating this trait. Healthy growth involves taking responsibility for one's actions. Lastly, let's discuss splitting. This trait involves viewing people and situations in extreme black and white terms, without recognizing the complexities in between. Imagine a friend who alternates between idolizing and devaluing others. A partner who treats you as flawless one moment and completely flawed the next, without acknowledging the nuances, is showcasing this trait. Real relationships thrive on understanding the gray areas. Remember, understanding narcissistic traits can aid in better communication and empathy. It's important to recognize that these traits can exist in varying degrees in individuals without necessarily indicating a pervasive pattern. If you have concerns about yourself or someone else, seeking guidance from a mental health professional is always advisable. Thank you for joining us today on this insightful journey into understanding narcissism. Like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to promote understanding and growth. Until next time, take care.